this third quarter of play.
We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58.
We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On third down, here's Bigsby. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
On first and 10, it's Bigsby. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Here's a give to Bigsby. Well, what a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical third down here. A run here with Bigsby.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line.
Here's Bigsby.
The stadium clock says 0, but the one on your screen is the one that matters, and the officials say yes, it's a timeout with 1 second left to go and a field goal try forthcoming to potentially send us to overtime. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters. Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away.
And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on first and 10. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
And the timeout coming in here with just 7 seconds remaining in the extra session. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
Well, if you like drama, especially in the biggest of all games, we are back for the second overtime now in the Super Bowl. From the 46, here's 2nd and 4.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. So the T-clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this.
I think we can safely call this one of the greatest games ever played as we now head to a 3rd overtime of this Super Bowl. From the 33, here's 2nd and 6.
A handoff to Barkley. And not much running room. Down to the 32. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to him.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set.
And he is going to have the Giants first down, it would appear. Yes, he does by a full yard. They get the conversion on 4th and 2.
And the timeout coming in here with just 7 seconds remaining in the extra session.
They are into field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10.
Now Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So the Oats clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this.
Well, welcome back to the millions watching nationally and around the world. Boy, have you been in for